It's easy for you to say, ganun dapat ginawa. Okay, talagang, hindi ka naging presidente. You were not given that sacred duty to protect the 120 million plus Filipino. Ang iyo papel lang dyan at salita at maraming hambog. Again, we are calling for this conference. Mind you, there would be another one after April 14. Is that tomorrow? Kasi doon ang rally. At may inaabangan pa ako na yung pinakalkal ko yung aming nose doon sa foreign affairs, foreign policy during my time. But let me be very clear on this. We have not conceded anything to China. There might have been exchange of control over the China Sea. Pero those were really territorial in nature, not involving the encroachment of China in their exclusive economic zone. Iba yun. Yung sabi nila territorial, we are studying it still until now so that I can give you a concrete picture of everything. Ang problema lang nito, maraming hindi naman they are not party to any of the discussion. At itong biglang gentleman's agreement with Xi Jinping, nobody but nobody in the Philippines today, either the Supreme Court, the Presidency, or Congress, can concede anything about territories. Hindi gawain ng presidente yan. And ang ano ko lang is even this stupid ex-Justice Carpio is harping on a gentleman's agreement of which certainly he was not there, and is beginning to expound on the consequences of the resort or whatever wrong there was committed in the agreement. Aside from the fact of having a handshake with President Xi Jinping, the only thing I remember was that status quo. That's the word, na walang galawan, no movement, no armed patrols there, as is where is, para walang magkagulo. Hindi tayo magkagulo. Yun ang naalaala ko. Wala akong, I do not, there's a new word. I do not even know the Ayunan short. Ito si Carpio and the rest of the, well, I think he's trying to be relevant. He's a retired justice, a not so brilliant one, which he pretends to be. Nawala naman siya doon. And I assure you that if it was a gentleman's agreement, it would always have been an agreement that would keep the peace in the South China Sea. Huwag ho kayong maniwala yung bulatik nila kasi hindi ako ganun kagago. You know, ayaw kong magyabang. Kaya bakit ako tumagal sa AB, sa Lyceum, is because after my political science course, I took up, and Lyceum could show the records. Marami akong kinuha about foreign affairs and foreign politics. Sabi ko hindi ako nagyayabang. I studied geopolitics under Professor Opiana. I think he's still connected or retired from the Foreign Affairs Department. I was under Ambassador Terrano sa Terona, I'm sure Ambassador Rosalinda Terona sa geopolitics ko, pati sa many subjects about foreign policy, foreign affairs. I had my diplomatic practice and procedure doon sa kay David Lapos, and political thought I was under Jose Maria Sison. Yun o nagturo sa amin. Ewan ko kung mas may bright pa doon. Kaya sinasabi ko, it would be good and it would be healthy for Carpio to just shut up and not muddled up the things of which I was not there. Hindi ko naman siya kinukondemn. Pero sa amin yan, tinatawag, in our parlance, pakatorpe na nga itong putang ina to. I will be expounding more the day after because I just received the old documents of Malacanang about foreign policy noon sa panahon ko. I just got it tonight. I want to review it and the different agreements that were entered into by myself and the Defense Department, sila Lorenzana. Lorenzana played a crucial role, a role that was something that was, sinasabi ko sa kanya, you handle this, especially matters that will govern the movements of the gray ships. Wala pa namang gray ships dyan siya. You know, yun ang binabantayan namin noon. The entry of the gray ships. Pero walang nangyari. There was never a time that we sent the gray ships in China and China sent theirs. Ano yung gray ship? When we talk about gray ships, we are talking about warships. Ang nangyari dito sa China all along was a coastal guard, coastal patrol. So, hindi naman hanggang ngayon, but there are misconceptions perpetuated not by us, well, itong nasa gobyerno na napakamarunong. You know, ito ang nangyari. You better make it of record. Nung pumunta ako sa China, I was with Delfin Lorenzana the DND, I was with Anyo, who was my security advisor, national security advisor, and the advisor of ni Bongbong ngayon, national security advisor. Nandoon sila lahat, Esperon, and my cabinet members, lahat sila. Ito ang opening remarks ko kay Xi Jinping. Kunin ninyo ito. Kasi harap-harapan kami sa long table, kaharap. I said, Mr. President, we would insist that China Sea, or not the whole of it, but there is a part of the China Sea that belongs to the Philippines. And since I would want to, get savings instead of importing it from the exporting country, ako naman I will dig my oil there. I just want to let you know. Ito ang sagot ni Xi Jinping. I am afraid you cannot do that. Sabi ko, why, Mr. President? Diniretso ko na siya. I will get it from that portion of the Red China Sea that belongs to the Philippines. Sabi niya, please do not do it for the life of me. We are friends and I do not want to destroy that friendship. So what is in your mind, Mr. President? Sabi niya, because it would be in trouble. Kami dito sa kabila nakaintindo na nandyan yung mga generals nila. Ano yung National Security Advisor ni Marcos? Nandyan. Ang pagkaintindi ko, pag sabi niya, there will be trouble if we insist on our own way there, China will go to war. Sabi ko, well, Mr. President, this is the first day of my visit. I do not want to spoil everything, so maybe we can put it off to some other day. Yun ang yung put it off to some other day never came, because we avoided that controversy. We avoided the issue of the Philippines getting into our claimed territories to extract minerals and oils. Diyan ako nagkalma kasi alam ko na hindi talaga kaya ng Pilipinas kung magkagera. Now, at present, in the past or in the future, ako naman, hindi ko inaasahan na ang Amerika would go to the South China Sea swaggering. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, kung ang Amerika talaga gusto niyang make his presence felt there in the China Sea and to show to the world na protektado as Marcos would want to picture it to be, na America will come to our aid. Why do it during a war? Anak ka na po, pumunta na sila doon to avoid the war. And if America goes into trouble with China, that is their own shit. Kasi sila kasi yung magka-rebel dyan. Bakit hintayin pa ng Amerika? Why would Bongbong Marcos would now go to America to continue the talks? Nagganon pa man, what has agreed upon years ago remains until today. And the popular notion is that if we go to war with China, America would hurry up, go there, and defend that. So sabihin ko sa Amerika, if you are interested really in defending the Philippines, bakit ka pa maghintayin magkaroon ng gera? Why don't you go there and give the protection that is being mouthed by... Bakit hintayin pa nila magkaroon ng patayan? Di iparking na niya yung 7th fleet niya doon. This 7th fleet is in the Far East. It's a big one. It's a task force. Ilagay niya yung doon ng mga destroyer niya doon sa... wala eh. Tapos, alam mo, there is a very dangerous trend. And anybody of you can notice. Bongbong America has been there for about babalik-balik siya sa Amerika. Ang Amerikano naman, binibigyan siya ng moral booster. Sige, lumaban ka. Wala kang ikatakot. So he not sa Amerika dito, before he left and in America, he's boasting of resisting China. We do not want oppression. Of course, we are being oppressed by China. There's no doubt about it. Nobody questions that. Ang problema lang, ang trabaho namin kasi dito as president, just like Aquino and all, istorya muna tayo because we cannot afford a war at this time with China. And I am so ever in doubt that America will try to tickle the China there to go into a nuclear war. Because a nuclear war means the end of the world. For China and for everybody. Alam nila yan. Takot ang Amerika kasi isang ballistic lang carrying a nuclear warhead. Isang putok lang yan dyan sa gitna ng Amerika. Sufficiente na yan. But with 1,000 missiles, and in return, America returns the favor by sending also 1,000 missiles, it will really end the world. Kaya ang China takot. Hanggang dyan lang sila sa malayo. But they have never confronted Russia or China. Takot, obliterated lahat yan. Maniwala kayo. Including us. There will be famine and hunger and death. You can ask any professor ninyo sa physics and he will tell you what would happen to the world. Nobody wins. That is why we navigate through our differences our nuances, our everything that is questionable there just by talk. Pero itong curfew na ito, ayunan, bakit kung ibigay ko yung ayunan, sure, just their curfew, kung hindi ka ba gago, ibigay ko na lang yung South China Sea. Hindi ko nga alam kung saan yung ayunan. At ito, justice curfew. Sabihin ko sa iyo, if China would decide to erect a naval base there in the island nearest us, can you stop it? Ano mo yung Supreme Court ruling mo dyan? Papel lang yan, idiot. It cannot stop a war. Hindi nadadala ito sa salita. We presidents, at one time or another, had that solemn duty, sacred duty, to protect the Filipino people. Ikaw, yung theories mo, baka scholar ka pa dyan. Huwag mo ako mapabilib, kilala kita, taga Davao kayo. Maaga ka lang ng political connection, kaya ka naging justice. Bulahin mo ako. Yan ang totoo. Madali kasi ito sila magsabi that we should insist. And if China would say no, you cannot insist, what can you do? Justice curfew, answer me. So you call America. You're a crybaby. Always America, America, America. That was the last speech of Marcos. Now, we will be brave there. We'll have ships there patrolling alongside with the American ships. What? And you call our place Republic of the Philippines. When you could remain to be a republic and be peaceful with everybody. Pag-usapan na lang natin yung hindi naman Palawan ang kinukuha ng There are questions and issues about jurisdictions in this island. We will continue to talk. Yan ang trabaho namin. Problema sa iyo, Justice Carpio, hindi ka naging presidente. Akala mo itong problema ng Pilipinas nasa chessboard kung marunong ka maglaro. It's easy for you to say, ganun dapat ginawa. Okay talagang hindi ka naging presidente. You were not given that sacred duty to protect the 120 million plus Filipino. Ang iyo papel lang dyan at salita at maraming hambog. I have the documents. Hinahanap ko yung meron bang mga agreements na I will study it tonight, and after the rally, we can probably have a more expanded agreement signed along the way. Ano mo kasi, Ang pagkaalam ko si Tito ni Carpio, galing yan ng collegial Supreme Court is collegial, marami sila. Ganon rin ho kami, ugok. I do not decide on my own when there is a critical issue at hand in front of me. I call the National Security Council. Kung wala akong panahon, yan si Andio Esperon, ang mga military, ang tinatanong ko sa cabinet. Hindi naman ako, no? It's the act of the President. Correct. But behind that act of the President, I will educate you. Hindi akin yan lahat. I cannot make a move relative to the security of the country without asking the military and the National Security Council. Kaya yung agreement na yan, kung totoo, nasabi ko na sa mga militarya, you should not keep anything secret when you're talking about the national security. Ang mga military, nandyan talaga yan. Nandyan man si Anyo, he was my national security advisor. Advisor mo yan, Bongbong. Tanungin mo kung mayroon bang gentleman's agreement. Aywan ko, ayaw kong mag-insulto. Inumpisahan mo O tinawagan mo sana ako, hindi ka makatanggap nito. Ikaw putang ina ka, hindi ka nakatapos hanggang second year college ka lang. Dumaan ako sa lahat ng taga Foreign Affairs, Undersecretary Ingles, si Ambassador Terona, Obiana, si David Rapos, then si Maria Sison. Doon ako medyo kaya kung mong sabihin, mas marunong kayo sa akin. Alam kong ginagawa ko. Diplomatic and consular procedure. Master ko po yan, dumaan ako dyan.